oh, I wore the wrong thing to the gym and it's like me in lingerie.
But
I think a lot
everything's free. Of course you're going to like it.
If you're like, if you want to buy conditioner, it's locked behind a screen and everything smells vaguely like pee. And you're kind of like, actually, I don't know if I like LA.
I'm like, I'm trying to think if I've ever had a nickname that turned good for me. And I'm like, bitch.
I'm a bop, an Onlyfans creator. I have a bachelor's of science in mathematics.
Yeah, I'll get back on the poll.
I'm not going to find my boyfriend on a sugar daddy website.
Yeah. Then the 100 gangbang.
So my uncle subscribed and I had no idea it was him.
Yeah, I love multiple people.
No, I wanted him to be my cream pie scene.
Hence, I didn't know I had to get naked.
We just go together after we kiss all night in some nightclub.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Naked Truth. If you don't know already, I am Krystal and this is the beautiful Tori.
Hi.
And we're here today with Kit.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
It's nice to be here.
Well, I'm glad you made it now that I know that you've just flown like 15 hours, landed this morning and is right here with us.
It's really impressive.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go.
What's actually a bit sad is like you're staying up towards the city end, but our studio is right next door to the airport. So it would have been good if it was a morning one where you could have just walked straight on in.
Which we noticed when we ordered the Uber. I was like, ain't no way, we're heading right back to where we came from.
Oh, I hate that. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you did fly in from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Kit Barris, aka Kit the Beefcake. I live in Los Angeles, California. I'm a bop, an Onlyfans creator. I have a bachelor's of science in mathematics and I sail. I think that's it.
Sail?
I sail, yeah.
She does everything.
Why beefcakes?
Yeah.
So I started off as a personal trainer before I was doing all this.
Okay.
I had like a really small TikTok following, but Kit the Beefcake was my like bodybuilding sort of little tag.
Okay, that makes sense.
My ex-boyfriend used to say I was just such a little beefcake when I got home from the gym. And so I was like, that's kind of cute. So I used Kit the Beefcake as a tag. And then when I took off, everybody was like, this is great. And the beefcake turned into a reference for my butt, which is fine.
Yeah, I like that. I'm like, I'm trying to think if I've ever had a nickname that turned good for me, and I'm like, bitch. I actually don't even have like a cool nickname that rhymes with my name, like Krystal, Pistol. Like that's about it. That's as cool as I get.
I think pistol's pretty good though. Like a firecracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Did you ever have one?
No.
No nicknames?
No, not really. Not that I can think of.
I call you T.
Yeah, you call me T. Some people do try and call me Tors, and I'm like, anyone that calls me Tors knows that like they actually aren't that friendly with me. Because like that ain't it.
It's like every once in a while I'll get someone who tries to call me Cat. They're like, or Kit Kat. They're like trying to be cute.
Yeah,
You're not cute.
Like we're not friends.
You're not cute. Yeah.
Do you know what also is the worst? It's when someone accidentally says your name wrong. Like I don't get it much because Krystal, if you don't understand how to read Krystal, it's a bit, I'm not going to say the word. Well, LA, is this where you've always resided? Are you just from LA?
Pretty much. I was born and raised right outside of LA, Ventura County.
We love LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do love LA.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't hear that much actually.
Really?
No, I think people love the idea of LA, and then you actually set foot in LA and you realize that like if you want to buy conditioner, it's locked behind a screen and everything smells vaguely like pee, and you're kind of like, actually, I don't know if I like LA.
Yeah, I do remember actually going.
Yes, that is true.
It is really annoying going to buy stuff from like a chemist, because I remember I did do that, and I was like, how do I get into anything? You have to get them to actually unlock it,
And they hate you.
That was really irritating.
They hate you for hitting that button, and they take their damn time coming
you're like,
around.
Yeah, that is actually crazy. But I think I was literally saying this to you the other day. I said, I think our idea of LA has been really privileged.
Yeah.
Like we've gone there and fallen into like great opportunities.
Yeah.
And a lot of free shit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a cool thing for girls. Boys don't get that in LA.
Right.
Really. And so like we've only had really good experiences. And then I talk to other people that are like, we hate LA. And I'm like, fuck, I love
That's
LA.
so fair.
So,
Yeah, but we were only
when
there.
everything's free, of course you're gonna
Right.
like it.
If you're going for like brand deals, Nobu, and the whole thing's covered, it's a different experience.
I mean, I
mad
wouldn't
about
say brand deals. Normally just men that offer
Just
us
men
shit and I say
paying for
yes. But so close to a brand deal.
It's basically a brand deal. They're like, come rep me.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at going across to Exbis in Miami.
Oh, really? I'm thinking of going.
Yeah, well,
Debating. Yeah.
we're definitely looking at it at the moment, and there was this guy that we met at the AVNs a couple weeks ago. And I messaged him this morning being like, hey, you know how you wanted to fly me to Miami? How about you fly me and Tori to Miami?
Would be
You
nice.
can meet us again at Exbis.
Me and my friend.
We shall see. But jumping back into yourself, so you did bodybuilding before,
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
Very lightly. Yeah.
and were you working just in gyms before? Was that like sort of like the start out for your just in general career?
So it was pretty brief before I started doing OnlyFans full time. I was a personal trainer for maybe about 6 months. I never did any bodybuilding shows or anything like that. I focused a lot on like general health, general wellness. I used to be much, much heavier than I am now, maybe like 50 pounds heavier than I am now. So I lost quite a good deal of weight, and I became really passionate about particularly like helping other women do that in a really healthy way. So I was doing a lot of that at the time.
Yeah.
So how did you step into OF? Was OF your first entry into sex work?
Yeah, it was. And it was kind of requested. So I was struggling to really pay all the bills. Personal training doesn't really pay that well, if you can believe it. And my really small TikTok following was like, you should try OnlyFans. I think you'd make
That's so
a
interesting.
hot buck. And I was like, well, just don't embarrass me. I'll do it, but you guys have to show up. Like, I'm not going to post everything on the internet for the whole world to see and then have nobody actually care.
Of course. It's a scary jump.
Yeah.
It is scary
It's
to
a
like
big
initially
jump.
do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I hyped it up and it worked out. Yeah.
Do you remember your first type of content?
I've always done vanilla content, but very well. So my whole thing is like, how can I step this up in terms of like quality, and how can I upgrade my equipment? And back home I have a full studio like this actually that I film in a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's I've tried to teach myself how to use all these different cameras and all these lights and make something really fun and really special and do it a little bit better every time.
Okay. Yeah. So just solo content.
Solo content and boy girl content.
And boy girl content,
I have a stunt D that I've worked with for kind of since the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
So are we still doing vanilla content, or when you say boy girl, it's just more arousement sort of content?
Yeah, it's so nothing's really super like hardcore. I try to make like really ethical content, and I think that porn is definitely one of those things where you can become really overstimulated by it and like always chasing that next big high. And so I'm kind of like, okay, take a step back. This is a self-care thing. Let's take a breath. Let's like tell a story. Let's do this kind of a thing. So that's kind of my philosophy around my content that I make.
Yeah, I love that. And do you know what though? Once you do start putting out things like porn or gangbangs and stuff like that, we found it's like the demand has to be within just those categories.
Yes.
And then when we both sort of retracted into solo, there was a lot more connections that we made with subs, and a lot more subs that have stuck around for longer because there isn't involving another person as much. Yeah.
And that you're not getting the subs that are wanting like what's next. They're like, what are you going to do next? And they're like, add more people, do this, and you're like, I don't want to do this.
It gets so crazy. It escalates so quickly.
does.
And my philosophy when I started was I was like, I really don't want to burn out on this, and I want it to keep being something that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And I know that once you get into more extreme forms of content, it's really hard to put that genie back in the bottle. Yeah. Like once you start doing extreme content, you're known for extreme content, and that's kind of where your demand becomes. And so it's hard to walk that back, but it is hard on your body and it is hard on you mentally. And I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
No, it's good.
No, that's so fair enough. I mean, you had your own boundaries, and it's cool to stick to them. A lot of people do cross their boundaries, and I think that's when they exit
Yes.
a lot of the time because they don't want to keep up with it. But that's cool. So tell me, when did mathematics come into it?
So
What do you mean?
at the time that I started my OnlyFans, I was actually doing a psychology degree, and I finished it, and I kind of thought to myself, wow, I've never felt so dumb in my life. It was like the easiest degree of all time. It was like psychology is one of those interesting things because at least in the States, I don't know how it is here, but you don't get a Bachelor of Science for getting a psychology degree. You get a Bachelor of Arts because psychology isn't really considered a science. So you don't go much into like the mathematics side, the statistics side. You barely touch the neuroscience side, which is kind of the stuff that I was really interested in. Yeah. It's a lot of like learning about the history of psychology. So it's almost a history degree in a sense until you go into a master's or a PhD. And when I started making money on OnlyFans, all my friends were engineers, and they were also kind of dogging on me a little bit because they're like, you're just a dumb psych major. And I was like, I'm smarter than all of you put together.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
yeah, y'all remember that now.
And so I was like, what's the hardest degree I could get? And I remember I rescinded my application to graduate, and I applied for a second major in mathematics. And then I just went ham on it, and I graduated with high honors.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah, because I am smarter than all.
I was like, let's see how this goes. But yeah.
Do you find that you apply your psychology or like your degrees with maths and that into your daily life now, even in regards to OF?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not necessarily like crunching numbers on a daily basis, but it's given me this great sense for what statistics mean, how they really work, and how that feeds back into my business. So I find that it's helped me be able to make really good decisions.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of my best mates actually did forensic psych, and I think she studied 4 years to get her.
Forensic psych is really cool too. That's like very niche and specialty.
But unfortunately, they didn't tell her that it's a hard sort of job to get coming out of it, and there isn't really many placements in Melbourne itself once you walk out without having experience. But you can't get experience because they don't want to give you experience without having it, so they won't let you into the jobs. And she actually now works in a male-dominated world within like the mines and stuff like that. And she makes really good money, and that's what she ended up moving into. But she uses a lot of her background of what she studied on how to read men. Yes. And she like was one of the, I think 1 out of 6 women in Australia in her role. Which was cool to see that she got to like actually apply that to something else later on in life.
Yeah.
After not being able to move into what she originally
It'd piss me off though if I studied for 4 years and then ended up being like, you
But
can't get a job
unis
doing this.
Yeah,
but
most people are in that boat. Most people just, my dad always told me growing up, he was like, most jobs you just need a degree for. It doesn't matter what degree it is. Most jobs just require a degree, and most people don't end up in the field that they got a degree in. Yeah. So if you really want to end up in the field you got a degree in, you have to go master's, PhD. Yeah. You have to go further. That's usually the rule. Otherwise, you just have a degree.
But you also jump straight into school, like to get your degrees and stuff really young. So I feel like you're not even half interested in what you end up studying later on in life.
Yeah. Or you burn out on it. I found that a lot. Like a lot of you study, and then you're like, I hate this thing. I never want to look at it again. Right?
Yeah.
I've definitely dropped out of every type of schooling I ever wanted to apart from high school. I actually remember when I moved to Austria and I needed a visa, you need a degree to work there.
Oh, yeah.
Do apologise, Austria, but I also forged that degree and ended up there anyway. So,
nobody
joke's
tell
on you.
Austria. Nobody rat.
Turns out they don't actually fact check that stuff. You go.
I totally have a degree.
Yeah. So, looking at OF, is that the only field in the sex work industry that you actually play in?
Yep, that's it. I do OF.
And you still are on TikTok?
Yep, I'm on TikTok, and I think my biggest platform right now is Instagram, and then I'm branching into doing some YouTube content.
So what kind of content do you make then? Is it still to do with health and fitness, or?
Not really?
No.
I make like so part of my studio is like this like fake gym that I have set up, and I make it look like a real gym. Okay. And then my study or a friend or whoever will come in and we'll make these skits where it's like, oh, I wore the wrong thing to the gym, and it's like me in lingerie. I make a lot of like comedy content.
Okay. Yeah. That's so smart though. Do you know what I mean? Especially because it's in your house, you can do whatever you want. Right. And you don't actually do it in public.
But then people go crazy because, of course, the internet loves a little bit of rage bait, and they're like, I can't believe she wore that to the gym. And I'm just looking at the subs coming in like, yeah, me neither, girl.
I'm pissed. So is that what you make on all of them? Is that also what you're doing on YouTube?
YouTube, I'm doing a lot more adventure content. So right now I'm working on getting all my certifications for sailing so that I can do what's called bareboat chartering.
Okay.
And that basically means that you can go anywhere in the world and go, give me boat, and they give you boat and you sail away into the sunset with nobody else on it or with your friends on it. So you can just...
Okay.
So my friends and I are going in June to Greece, and we've rented a 40-foot catamaran. I'm just going to go make a bunch of whatever content I want on this 40-foot catamaran because I'll be alone. Like, we don't have
exactly.
You know?
Oh my god.
That's
Okay.
fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not driving a boat. I'm not trusting
The
you.
way you looked at me just then was
You're
like, nope,
no,
we're not doing it.
doing boat content, girl.
Because I will not get on a boat with you. I wouldn't trust myself with it.
No, I can't even park a car. Could you imagine me? I could not. Like, I just got a new car, right? And every time I get out, my friend's like, Krystal. And I'm like, I don't even care anymore. There's so many fucking cameras around that thing, and I still can't get in between the
That's
lines.
so funny. The nice thing about a boat, no lines. You just,
Exactly.
once you're out of the harbor, there's not much else around.
Can you imagine me trying to dock it? Like, Krystal, no, stop. Just like straight through the boardwalk.
Well, see, that's what it
Boats
pays
and
to be a
hoes.
girl, because guys have to dock by themselves. If you're a girl, you just look around and some guy sees you looking a little lost and they're like, I'll help you, and you throw them the line and they pull your boat in. You're like,
Oh, I love that. Knowing me, I'd be more like the Captain Jack Sparrow type, where I pull up on the
Yes.
sand with like a bottle of like rum. Is this good? Do you mind if I get up here?
Can we just leave it here for a minute?
that's too fun.
So you're in Australia.
Yeah.
First time here?
No, I lived in Brisbane for a year. I did an exchange year where I went to QUT while I was doing the math degree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Barizzi.
Barizzi.
And how do you like Oz compared to LA? I know it smells a lot
love
less like piss.
Australia. I honestly missed it. We were walking around, the city today, and I got a coffee. LA is crap coffee.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you know. LA is crap coffee. When I moved back home from Australia, I had to get an espresso machine because I was going to die if I didn't. And so I got home and I learned how to make espresso, and I got this machine, and now I never really go out for coffee because it's disgusting. It's awful.
It's not right. I don't
It's
know.
like watery. I don't know
Yeah.
what they do to it, but it's not
It's-
espresso.
It is actually, I think, one of the strangest things I've ever experienced is I've been around a lot of the world. Like, I've traveled a lot before, just backpacking. And I still travel like quite a lot now. And I kind of had this idea in my head that like Italy and Europe's going to have the best coffee and all this, and like Australia, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Like, we've
Best
got
coffee.
Right
these are
here.
the best
Right
coffee.
here. Yeah.
And I tried to explain that to T when we went to Coachella last year. I was like, America has really bad coffee, and the one place we're going to have coffee will probably be Starbucks because that's as good as you're going to get for a nice coffee. And she was like, Starbucks. And I
It's
think
the only place we
it's
get
the only
coffee.
place we can drink
We
it.
don't have small coffee shops very commonly in LA.
Yeah.
And the thing about European coffee is it's okay, but they're mean to you while they give it to you. So you're like,
They won't look you in the eyes
Yeah.
or talk English.
and if you order a cappuccino past 4, they crucify you in the street or whatever that rule is. Like,
I think I remember my first one in Italy, and the head of the foam was like this
so
much
much.
and then that much
Yeah.
coffee, and I was a bit like, how do you drink it?
That's
what do
not
I do
right.
with this? Well, where else are you hitting in Australia?
we are doing Melbourne, obviously, and then Brisbane, Sydney. I may go to Adelaide. I haven't actually been to Adelaide. That's the only place that I haven't been to.
Okay.
Of where we're going. So I'm keen for that. Gold Coast, of course, but that kind of ties in with Brisbane. So
Yeah.
yeah. And what's the purpose?
the purpose is we're here to make a bunch of like YouTube and OFTV content. So we're really doing a lot of PG safe for work content while we're here.
Yeah.
I want to get my YouTube channel really like up and running with a lot of strong content out the gate, a lot of travel content. So we're going to be doing hiking, with snorkeling, kayaking, whatever we can get our hands on. Like really fun adventure stuff. And we have like a small group of bops who are all here kind of doing it together, and it's going to be
that's
really fun.
exciting. That's fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fun. Are you doing this also? Do you have an OFTV channel?
So I don't, and this is going to be the launch of it.
Okay, beautiful.
OFTV is very interesting because they really pride themselves on having very high quality content.
Yes, we know all about
Yeah,
that.
me and Tori, I think, are punching on with OFTV every other week.
Really? Are you guys?
Many.
We have a channel.
You have a channel, yeah.
But they're very
The features are hard to come
particular,
by.
you know, like because with the podcast, because obviously we do podcasts in different areas. It's not just in the same studio all the time. So they're like, we submit one and they come back and say you need to, you know, the audio levels needs to be changed.
A lot of editing to it.
A lot of editing, and it's
Yeah.
like you can't edit it in the actual site. You have to delete and re-edit and then re-upload, which
Right.
takes forever. Like
That's a pain.
yeah.
And we're also not classified safe
Yeah.
for posting in a lot of
Yeah.
what we talk about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
That
we
makes
have to
sense.
take out
yeah.
parts.
Okay.
It's a lot of work. OFTV, but if you're doing things like travel and stuff, I think I would assume it would be way different. To
I
what-
have
for
heard
sure.
that they favor travel content, which is part of why I thought this would be a
Okay.
really good thing to kind of like invest some time in.
It's
They
definitely-
really seem to like it because it seems luxurious, it's adventurous, it's safe for work, but then you can wear the OFTV bikini, so then they're like, yay, merch, right? So
That's smart.
yeah, there's a lot you can
Yeah.
do with it.
I mean, you definitely get traffic from it because I mean, we built a joint page with I don't know how many people.
Yeah,
on
we
there
made
now.
one porno together and then we just could be fucked.
Yeah, like the amount of people
nice.
that have, and that's just simply off that channel that they're
Period.
coming from.
Yeah, we do get a lot of traffic. It is really, really good when they do feature, but
Yeah.
because of what
Yeah.
we post, it's a bit different. And I could imagine the content that we take when we travel, it also probably is not appropriate.
Our travel content
posting.
is different to what you say.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like to put that kind behind a paywall.
Well, that's exciting. So how long were you in Melbourne?
We're here about a week, I think, maybe a little less.
And then where next, sorry?
Next is Sydney. And
Okay.
we're definitely in Sydney a week. So
Yeah,
At least
nice.
you've come at the right time because Melbourne's weather is actually nice for once. Like it's stayed pretty nice, I reckon.
I heard it was stormy in that you guys are flooded.
It has the last 3 days.
Are we?
Yeah.
I've been on a bender for the last 3 days, so I
You're
don't
like,
fucking know what's
I've
going
been
on.
broke for 3 days.
For the last 3 days, it
I
has
don't know
been
anything about it.
it has been stormy weather the last 3 days. So I'm like, but I mean, March is typically pretty good in Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Are there any creators in Australia that you're also going to be?
Yeah,
Doing it
yeah.
with? Yeah.
I'm going to be meeting Annie Knight. We're not sure
nice.
what we're
Okay, cool.
making yet
Cool, cool,
or
cool.
what we're doing, but I'm meeting her. I'm meeting Jade Blair, who's actually a friend of mine. She was one of the first people I ever collabed with. But she does a lot of really cool like educational content and stuff. She's an in-person escort and
Yeah.
so
amazing.
yeah.
Well, that's awesome. How was it transitioning into OF from where you're from? Did you find that a little bit more difficult with family and friends?
So my family still doesn't know, which is kind
Okay.
of crazy considering that like my name is just everywhere and like it's gone really well. So I'm like, I don't know, but they don't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Do you reckon they
Ignorance
might
is
know,
bliss.
but they might not say anything, or they just definitely have no idea?
Okay, so my mother, this is how my mother is. You guys know the TV show New Girl? Have you seen New
Yes.
Girl?
Yeah,
I've
it's like
seen it.
Friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they talk about sex a lot. And when I was 18, my mom saw me watching this TV show in her house, and she comes and she turns the TV off, and she starts tearing up, okay? And she's like, kid, they talk about sex so much in this show. They watch porn in this show. Please tell me you'll never do those things. Please tell me you'll never do those things.
Okay.
Okay, Mom. So I think if she knew there would be some amount of crying involved and
Yeah.
Emotions.
Do you think that she'd eventually accept that, or it would be like a no go?
The nice thing about my parents is they are very aware that I'm a person with a lot of boundaries, and
Yep.
I push those. So we've gone through periods of no contact in the past where they've really crossed a boundary or done something ridiculous, and I'm like, great, then we're just gonna have some time apart.
Yeah.
And so they're definitely at this point now where I think that they could come to terms with most things because they'd rather I still be in their life.
Yeah. Can I ask, what do they think you do then?
They think I work for my tax lady, who is down to cover for me. She's like, I'll call them, like, whatever you want, girl. We're friends. We text all the time. She's like, so they think I do data analytics and client experience for my tax lady.
Okay.
They have no idea I'm in Australia right now.
Okay. I mean, whatever works for you guys, works. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
happy days. That's fine.
Yeah.
But they knew you came out here when you were doing your maths, so they know you've already been to Australia before.
Yeah, they knew about the math degree. They don't know about 90% of the travel that I've done, though.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere on the list that you would like to go that you haven't been to yet?
Ooh, on the list. Honestly, I would go just about anywhere.
Yep.
Anywhere that's safe for a sex worker to be.
Yeah.
I would go. Period.
Yeah. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there anywhere that you are hoping to take this sort of platform and career that you have for the future of 2026 or moving forward? Is there like a bigger picture?
Yeah, I'm really trying to segue it into kind of being somehow more mainstream while also doing porn. I feel like there's this really interesting thing that's happening right now where we're seeing these people like Ari Kitsia and things doing these brand deals and becoming way more mainstream. And I think that it gives you such a power to have an influence over this world and over the ethics in it and the way that it's moving forward. So I really want to kind of segue into that as my Instagram platform gets bigger and I'm working with different people. I'm lucky to be based so close to LA. So I've been doing a lot of I was just in a Jubilee video. I'm trying to do more things like that so that I can kind of...
Sorry, what's a Jubilee video?
Oh, no, you're good. Jubilee is just a really big Instagram. Like, have you ever seen those big, like, debate, like, or like, guess who is this thing or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, tons of YouTubers react to them.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So it's just a big, big YouTube channel.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just trying to get more public this year. That's really the goal. More public.
So the parents will find out.
We'll see. We'll see.
you go down that educational route
now. Like, I really don't know.
I'm assuming they're not on social media.
Yeah, but I have almost 400,000 followers on Instagram and they don't know. So I'm like, where are you guys? How has like a friend not sent this to you yet? Like what? Every 30 days I have something like 20 to 30 million views on Instagram. I'm like, where are you? Like, if you're gonna find out, you're like,
what? I mean, at least you know what their algorithm doesn't show.
Really, for real. I'm like, you guys really are
true.
not. My dad just watches spearfishing. They're both super Republican, so they get a bunch of like red-pilled crap.
Yeah.
So not me. Not the blue-haired girl making silly gym videos, right? Like,
Do you have siblings?
I do. Yeah, I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Aware or non-aware?
My brother knows. My brother and I are very close.
Yeah.
I actually took him to Turkey to get a hair transplant with my
Love that.
Onlyfans money.
He'll never tell on you.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Bribes.
He really won't. He had to turn his location off because he shares it with my parents.
Oh,
so he had to
sure.
pretend he dropped his phone in the toilet for like a week while we were in Turkey getting him a surgery.
And now your parents are like, oh my God, your hair just started growing
No,
again.
my dad's dead bald and he keeps asking my brother, he's like, what are you doing that's working? Because my
stop.
brother was 23 with
So
his hairline back here. and then all of a sudden he has his hair back and my dad's like, what products are you using?
Oh my God.
It's so sad. I'm like,
Oh, that's so cute. That is cute though.
right? It's cute.
Well, 2026.
Yeah.
Exciting then.
Yeah, I think so.
Very
I feel it's
exciting.
big.
Yeah.
You're the horse or something like that.
It is the year of the horse.
The fire horse, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, the
all
fire
about
horse. We
that.
read good things about ourselves.
good.
It said we're going to be rich and famous, everybody.
Perfect.
Yes.
As a triple fire sign, I'm feeling the fire.
Damn, okay.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. Well, we're excited to see how that lands and what happens for you. I'm excited to see what OF content, like OFTV content you end up creating.
thank
I think
you.
I need to educate myself a little bit more on OFTV and see what is actually out there because we're gassed to change this up.
Yeah.
They don't love us on that platform.
No, we're going to do something.
But that's awesome. That's exciting to see. I can't wait to see what it is that you end up producing for 2026 and moving forward. But
Very exciting.
thank you so much for coming down. I can't believe you actually did rock up again after a 15-hour flight, because I tell you what, we have been moody after some 15-hour flights. Who did you fly with firstly though?
United.
Oh yeah, they're actually not too bad.
It was good. I had a lay
Yeah.
flat seat. I slept most of the time.
United.
We're good.
I actually remember the lady on United that like laughed at me because I asked her what did I ask her about the pasta sauce, and she asked me if I was okay and then told Tori to look after me.
Yeah.
What was it that I said? I can't remember. Was
my
it
God.
carbonara?
No, it was
No?
like a
Napolitan?
Napoli. Yeah, Napoli or something like that. And it's because we were obviously
I think
so
I was
deprived.
Delulu, and I said to her,
that
she's
have
like, do you
seafood?
want Napolitan, how do
Something
you
like
say
that.
it? Napoli
I
sauce?
don't know, something like that.
And I was like, what is that? Seafood? And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, oh.
Sometimes they be low-key rude, the flight attendants, or they're
Yeah.
tired. I'm like, girl, you know what? I forgive you. You've been working 15 hours straight. I don't even know how you're doing it.
But no, United's not too bad. We just recently flew Fiji, which I think was probably so far one of my favorite
Fiji.
airlines
That's
Yeah.
good to know.
from
Okay.
Yeah.
the
From
States.
LA,
But they
yeah.
have the stopover at least, you know, it's the
Right.
15 hours.
That's a nice stopover though in Fiji. I've heard. I've done the layover in Hawaii a few times, but yeah, we had a direct, so it was really nice. It wasn't hard at all.
Not
Yeah.
too crazy.
No,
Well, you look good. You don't look
Yeah.
like you've just done 15 hours of
Damn.
flying.
thank you.
We don't look like that.
No,
Say
we
that
don't. I definitely drink a lot on the flight though. But thank you so much for coming on. We do
you.
appreciate that so much. And
Thanks for
we're
having me.
excited.
It was really fun. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time. And Tori,
Yeah.
thanks for existing. Guys, that is the end of this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what to do. The more likes and love we get, the better for us. Goodbye.
Bye.